actually 9:19 right now, and I'm just now sitting down at my desk for the first time, which is not completely abnormal, but definitely during quarantine, it's at least this time or later before I sit down, because the first few hours of the day are dedicated to, one, getting myself ready, getting my workout in. If I want to do it in the morning, sometimes I do it in the evenings, but doing that plus getting my kids settled in their homeschool routine. And I'll actually have to take a break in just a minute and go back upstairs to switch my littlest son over from what he's doing now to what he has to do next. One of them's up there on a Zoom call, the other one's doing their homework. So it's just a weird balance, especially the first few hours of the morning, on when I can sit down and work versus like when I need to be upstairs helping them work. So yeah, just a quick rundown of the calendar today. I actually sat down, and I do this every evening or night, and it just kind of depends on how the day went. But sometimes I'll plan my next day before I stop working for the current day. Sometimes I do it at night while I'm laying in bed watching Gilmore Girls. So it really just depends on the day. But on today's agenda, I have to record 3 podcast episodes. And then at 12, I actually have a Zoom meeting with a committee that I'm on at the Chamber of Commerce. So that should be fun. We've actually not done a Zoom meeting yet. Everybody went to Zoom meetings when all this started happening, and this committee I'm on only meets once a month, and the shutdowns and everything kind of happened like the week before, so I don't think anybody had time to like put together the Zoom meeting. So we are doing a Zoom meeting today at 12, and then if I haven't recorded all 3 of the podcast episodes before 12, then I will finish up what I didn't do there. And then after 12, I am working on a new mini course, and it's sales page and uploading it to where it goes. I also had a podcast episode go live today, so I need to go and make sure that is shared on social media, particularly on Instagram stories, because that is something I completely handle. So I hope you enjoy this day in the life, what my work from home routine looks like, and I'll show you as much as I possibly can without making this like a 14-hour video. Hey y'all! So I'm actually filming a day in the life video today for YouTube, so that'll be really fun. But I came on here to tell you that a brand new podcast episode went live this morning, and it is a juicy good one. So this one is all about like how to know what you should be working on every day. So how to know that what you're working on is getting you to your goals, and then how to know what tasks you should be working on every day. I really break it down using my Core 4 method in a couple different ways. So definitely go give it a listen. I will put a swipe up right here for you to go find it on your favorite player. I try and stay pretty batched out on my podcast. I like to stay 3 to 4 weeks ahead, just in case something crazy goes on, because I don't want to have to like scramble to record episodes. And because the podcast right now is a solo show and I've not had any guests for a year, I have to really be intentional with when I record those. So Mondays are generally recording days for me, especially during this time. Back when things were normal, I used to reserve Wednesdays for recording. But now, by the time we get to Wednesday, the kids need a break, I need a break, and we usually take Wednesdays a little lighter. So Mondays are recording days for me. I film any videos I need to film, and then I also record any podcast episodes I need to record, and put anything else in there that kind of falls in that same spectrum. Because I'm recording 3 episodes today, that means that I likely won't record any more episodes for a couple of weeks at least. And so Mondays will either be video recording or course recording or some kind of something like that. But today it looks like I'll be recording an episode about how to measure your business growth, what content goes where. I get asked this all the time, like, how do you know what to put on your YouTube channel, and how do you know what to put on your podcast? How do you know what to put on Instagram or Facebook or whatever? And then I'm also going to record an episode that is talking about the things that are holding you back right now. And so before I record those, they are all in ClickUp already. And so I know when they'll be going live. But before I record them, I need to go through and put out some bullet points of like, you know, what exactly I want to say in each episode, so it's really quick and easy for me to record them. Hey, so yeah, the first offer is $27, the second offer is $37, the third offer is $97, and they can get the first offer only, they can get the first, second offer only, they can get the first, second, third offer, and then they can also get the first and just the third. They don't have to get that middle level to get the last one. So I just hired a new Pinterest manager, and we are running an ad to one of the funnels that I have running in my business to see if it performs better on Pinterest than it does on Facebook, or if Pinterest is like a really good big brother to my Facebook ads so it can funnel traffic into them, because this particular funnel is for my digital planners. So I have multiple funnels in my business, and that's a big slice of the pie when it comes to how I make money. And the thing with funnels is that you kind of have to constantly be changing and reevaluating what works, what doesn't work, that kind of thing, to get it right and get it to where it actually makes you money. So we are trying out a Pinterest strategy, and I forgot to send her something on Friday, so I'm gonna get that ready for her, and then I'm going to get started recording these podcast episodes. I just recently asked on Instagram, what are some things that you guys need help with? And Victoria, who is amazing and is always helping me come up with great ideas on Instagram, reached out and said she wanted to know, how do you measure your business growth? By by money, followers, subscribers, etc. And I thought that was a perfect podcast episode for us to chat about, you know, exactly how you measure your business growth. What does that look like? Is it the same for everybody? How do you know, what tools do you use to do it? All the things. Let's go. Part of the thing with being a business owner is that, you know, I have planned to record these 3 podcast episodes in the first, hopefully before my meeting at 12. But, you know, my Pinterest girl needed a little attention and needed some things from me, and I don't want to be a bottleneck in my company. So I don't want to be the reason other things can't move forward, and so I needed to stop and go do that. Then second, I just recorded one of the episodes, as you just saw. That I have one episode done, and it is 10:36 now. So I have time to record 2 more, so I think I can get that done. But I have an assistant who, her main role is in customer service and everything that entails. So she helps answer questions in my Facebook groups that are for my students. She helps make sure that I see those questions if she can't answer them. She also filters my inbox, which is the most amazing thing in the entire world, because like as a business owner, I mean, I get a crap ton of emails every day, and it's really hard for me to justify spending the time on cleaning out my inbox and replying and figuring things out. So speaking of that funnel that I was talking about with my Pinterest girl, my assistant just Voxered me and said, hey, we've got a couple people saying this part, or this part isn't working in the funnel. I am going to take hopefully just a few minutes to dive into that and get some things squared away so that funnel continues to work. It's a massive priority for me not to be a bottleneck in my own company. So I'm done with one episode, gotta go, you know, make sure that everybody is taken care of, and then I will jump right back into recording the episodes that I need to do. So I just emailed you back, but I put in the header code in like the funnel as a whole, and then put in that checkout page code just on that page. You know, all those codes you sent me. The file that says upload, put this in. If you're using GoodNotes 4 or less, then this is how you do it. If you're using GoodNotes 5 or plus, then this is how you do it. Okay, so it took me about 45 minutes to put out all the fires that I had to put out. So, well, not quite 45 minutes. So now I have about 45 minutes till my chamber meeting. My kids are done with their homework. So hopefully now I can pop out these other 2 episodes. I know one of them can be really short and should be really short. We'll see about the other one. So if you didn't know, I have a podcast. I totally do. I release new episodes every single Monday, and it is called Grit, G-R-I-T, and it is a good mix of personal and business development. So a lot of times you will find more just conversational, less search-based and action-based content over there, but also a little more personal development too. I will link the link to my podcast below, and with that link you can click on it and find the podcast on any of your favorite podcast players. Okay, so it's 11:57, so I have 3 minutes before I have to get on my call with the chamber, and I did not get both podcast episodes recorded. I only got one more. So the other one I have to record is the shorter one, so I'll get that done after the call. But with my 3 minutes, I made sure my kids were okay, and then I am going to post to Instagram. So I try and post on Instagram on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And I've been testing out like better times to post. So I actually wanted to post at about 12 o'clock today. So I'm gonna go in and pull up my post I already had written out and planned and post that. Hello. My lunch, and I have the kids set up in the dining room with their lunch, and I'm headed back to my desk. I got done with that meeting. It was very, very, very short, and now I'm gonna scarf this down while I go answer Instagram comments on my latest post, and then get back to podcast recording. So that is what is next on the agenda. By the way, if you don't know, I live on a farm, and we grew a massive garden last year and had like thousands of green beans. So these green beans are garden fresh / canned by me. It's my first time ever canning anything, and they're so yummy. My dad is coming over to bring my youngest little boy his scooter from that they keep at his house, at my parents' house. He's also going to take them outside and play with them for a while I continue to get some work done. But I've got to get them like ready to go and all the things so that, you know, I can shove him out the door when he gets here. Oh, I changed my mind. I decided that I didn't really have enough time to dive into that course I wanted to work on. So I went ahead and recorded my IGTV for the week. So every week I do an Instagram TV on Fridays. I got a really fun question from one of you about the formula at which we deliver information on social media. and I went ahead and recorded that since I was already in recording mode, which is generally what I do, by the way. I will batch together like tasks on a day. So I knew today I needed to record those 3 podcast episodes. I knew today I wanted to record this video that I'm recording, and it's only natural for me to then record an IGTV because it kind of falls in that same process. Whereas on a day where I'm like knee deep in course creation or knee deep in writing emails or whatever, it may not make sense to just like stop what I'm doing and context switch over here to do a video. So that is, I just made the conscious decision that I knew I couldn't get my headspace in the right place in just an hour to get that done. So yeah, now I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna go outside with my kids and my dad and my sister who came to play with them, and get some like vitamin D, even though it's a little chilly. As soon as my husband came home, I decided that I was gonna go for a walk by myself. One of my favorite ways to unwind, process, de-stress, all of the above, is to go for walks by myself. It's either that or baths, where I shut the door and lock the kids out and don't let them in. But I thought of something else I wanted to say in this video, since it's a work from home routines video, and that is that everybody's routines and even everybody's day-to-day routines are going to be different based on what you have going on in your life. And even like my Mondays look vastly different than my Tuesdays. My Thursdays look vastly different from my Wednesdays. So while, you know, today this is what my day has looked like, it's not always exactly the same. And it's actually something that I love. But if you love like solid structure and you love, you know, calendar blocking times and doing your calendar like that, then do it. Like, nobody's stopping you. Different seasons in life call for different routines too. So, you know, right now my kids are home full time and I had to Hail Mary it and figure out what a good routine was for us to make the days not feel stressful. And the first several days, especially for them, was really hard because we went from like mommy being mommy to mommy being mommy and teacher, which is a hard transition for everybody. And so it's just, you know, I know this is just a season and I know that my routine will look different at another time, but we have to get in routines. And if you do have kids at home, I had to switch hands. I was dying. So if you do have kids at home, then know that they thrive on routines. And they need routines to feel calm and to feel like their world is not crazy, you know? So it is 8 o'clock and all the boys are outside like playing. I just had a nice long bath and cleaned up the dishes from supper. And now I'm actually gonna sit down right here in this recliner and I'm gonna fill out the census because I feel like it's my social responsibility. But 2, I'm gonna do some online shopping. And watch Gilmore Girls, and that's it. It is now Tuesday afternoon and I am editing this video that you are watching, and I realized that I never was like, that's the end of my day. I basically watched Gilmore Girls, did the census, did some online shopping, and then fell asleep. So I hope you enjoyed this kind of take me along day in the life video. I hope it was really helpful in some way to show you that 1, you're not alone in juggling all the things, but two, to just show you the way life is around here. If you love this video, make sure you hit subscribe below, and I would love for you to comment and let me know what your favorite part of the video was so that I know what you guys like to see and I can include it in future videos. Bye, y'all!